How are you feeling, Dad? Are you still hurting anywhere?
Much better, Hayu. I'm feeling much better. Wait, where's Doc?
Master said he needed to take a quick rest and asked me to bring you out of the treatment room. He hasn't emerged yet, so he must still be resting.
Oh, really? Well, he must be tired from treating me for 2 nights in a row. I don't know how I can begin to repay him for saving my life. Speaking of which, has there been any word?
No, the Adventurers Guild hasn't gotten back to me yet. I'll go check.
I'll come with...
Don't forget what Master said. You're still not out of the woods yet, Jialiang.
Though, on the bright side, this means I can thank Dr. Baiju in person once he's...
Traveler, Baiju hasn't shown his face ever since he went in to treat Jialiang again. Huh? Hey!
Huh?
You're finally awake? That was far too risky. Even with...
There was no time. I had no other choice. In any case, Jiangli's design is quite brilliant. She makes numerous innovations that I can learn from. Alas, if only there wasn't a catch.
So, how much longer do you think Baiju's gonna nap for?
They've been outside waiting for you the whole time while you were asleep. Shall we at least go and...
Surely he hasn't. There's no way he could have...
Who's talking behind our backs again?
Ah! Baiju! Changsheng!
Of course. There's no need to be concerned. I merely had to transfer a rather large amount of life force on this occasion.
Jialiang seemed fine yesterday. Why did he need more life-saving treatment again?
I made an error in my initial diagnosis. Jialiang, and as a result, his life force depleted at a greater rate than I had anticipated.
What? You mean, even if you got all the poison out...
Yes. But more pertinently, the poison in Jialiang's system is there precisely because it is being used to manage his underlying medical condition. Jialiang has a rare congenital heart condition, and ongoing treatment is essential to maintaining healthy functioning of his heart meridian. Left untreated, it puts the patient at risk of coughing up blood and fainting. And though it was created from god remains, this formula is not a poison in Jialiang's case.
Had he not taken it all these years, he likely would have died a long time ago.
Still, using poison to treat a disease is hardly a viable long-term solution. As time passed, and the poison accumulated in his system, moreover, the longer he relied upon this medicine, the more resistant his body became to it. Jiangli had to concoct ever greater quantities to ensure its continued efficacy. Or he could have still...
That explains why Ayu said his dad has been getting worse. And why...
God remains are extremely dangerous to be around, because humans have no natural defense against them. I shudder to think how many times Jiangli has exposed... I fear that the situation is just as that Adeptus described. In an effort to save Jiali...
I never suspected that even Zhang Li would turn to the same path as so many others over the years. Perhaps to sacrifice one's own life to save others. To go beyond human means in order to do the impossible.
Well, I think that it's too early to say with any certainty what fate has in mind. In any case, I have stabilized Jialiang's condition for now. So our immediate priority should be to get ourselves back to Qingsa village and find her regular exposure to god remains over such a long period, and given that she's already been missing for several days, I am fearing the worst.
It's me, Traveler, Dr. Baiju.
It's Jialiang! Don't tell Paimon!
Dr. Baiju, please let me come with you. You've already done so much for my family. I can no longer just sit here and watch while you put yourself at risk. After all, if it wasn't for me, she wouldn't have had to put herself in harm's way in the first place. I know I won't be of much help in battle, but at the very least, I'm sure I'll be able to remember. I know there's a spot where she says goodbye to me every time she goes to gather her herbs. I'm sure I'll remember.
Be careful. If you get too agitated, your blood pressure and stress levels will rise, putting further pressure on your heart.
No! We're out of time! We have to go now before I forget everything again.
This trip will be extremely dangerous, and there is a very real possibility.
I never expected to live this long in the first place. My death is already long over. There's only one thing I fear now, and that's that I'll forget her again before we manage to find her.
Very well. Then follow me.
Dr. Baiju? Are you heading out again?
Yes. This could be a long one. Could you please prepare a dose? Please add an extra measure of mistgrass pollen, and 1 dose each of the ingredients from the 3rd and 5th. Hop to it now. And remember to be careful with the cauldron this time. You don't want to burn your...
Okay. Everyone...
It's just like the day I went missing. It's as if something inside me is trying to guide me.
The Motherlode's influence is growing stronger. But is it because we're getting closer to the source? Or because the leakage of Che blood... Jialiang, can you sense which direction the source is in?
I think it's... this way. Yes, I'm sure of it. I feel a dull ache in my heart. This must be the way. This place feels familiar. I think I've been here before.
There is an inauspicious presence here.
I think I remember this place.
Jialiang, are you okay?
No, I have to keep going.
Give me a moment to compose myself.
This place gives Paimon the creeps. Who knows what we're gonna find up at...
The digging marks here appear amateur and rather old.
A thieves' tunnel? Paimon has heard rumors about treasure around these...
Judging by the tools they left behind. But why did they abandon this place without even stopping to pack up their...
I remember now. She took me here once and told me that she'd found a way to save me in this cave. But she said that the method would cause me to,
Easy, Jialiang.
Let's play!
A bitter pill to swallow. Yeah.
Think you can get away? Brace yourselves.
Whoa, there's a sensor here. Those treasure hoarders sure made themselves at home.
I believe this sensor was used to burn a monster repelling
A monster repelling incense?
The incense was burned several days ago. If I had to guess, the monsters we fought just now were enticed here by some entity deep. No doubt an encounter with the very same entity was what prompted the treasure hoarders to flee and abandon. After them, Jiang Li was the next person to discover this place and what lies inside. But to her, it presented...
that's right. This sensor, it belongs to... This is where I told Jiang Li to give me the poison.
Jialiang!
I'm fine. Let's keep going. I can feel it. She... I can feel it. We're getting close. We're almost there. It's right up ahead. The place where we made a pact together to...
can keep going now.
From the looks of it, the energy released by this mechanism can not only clear barriers, but also be conducted by corresponding mechanisms. Perhaps it's something we can make use of. Mind the side effects. Ka!
Paimon doesn't see any barrier-breaking mechanisms around here.
There are tracks here, and it looks like they're connected to something. Shall we follow it and see where it takes us?
By royal decree! Yahoo!
A bitter pill to swallow.
I taste blood. Life goes on. Opening box of Adepti-Trix.
Mind the side effects.
I can't breathe. Hawkeyes.
A bitter pill to swallow. Remember, health comes first.
Oz, reveal thyself! Let's play! Time for takeoff. Faster? Okay, faster. Faster? Okay, faster.
Zhongli!
Look out! There's a monster next to her!
The god remains must have lured them here. Watch my back.
Wings of darkness, come, sever night from day.
Here we go! Rise. Faster? Okay, faster. Wow.
Seems like an emergency.
Think you can get away?
Dr. Baiju, how serious is it?
I can still feel a pulse, but her condition is quite grave. The god remains here are encroaching on her cognition, much as the poison in your system did. If we don't eliminate it soon, then even if we save her life, I fear that
Then, what are we waiting for? Let's destroy the...
It's not as simple as that. Don't you remember the poison within Jialiang's body? If the source is purged, the poison in his system will stop.
And the poison within Jiali... Oh no.
Indeed. If the god remains here are
I wondered when this day might...
Wait! But we've all been working our butts off to save Jialiang's life! After all that, Baiju, you're a great doctor! Surely you gotta know of some other way we can save him!
You could continue to take the poison, which would buy you some time. As for Jiang Li, maybe if we put our heads together, we can think...
It appears to me that she was striving to concoct your medicine for you, right up until the moment when she lost consciousness. Maybe it's her greatest wish that you will continue to take it.
Dr. Baiju, give it to me straight.
The god remains have reached her internal organs. Under ordinary circumstances, I would give her less than 3 days. But if I were to treat her using a secret art...
But what would be... Dr. Baiju, I'm all too aware of the dangers of God Remain. If I continue to sustain my own life using this wretched substance, not only would Jiang Li have to keep risking her life to make my medicine for me, but I know for a fact that I should have died over a decade ago. The fact that I've been around to see how you grow up is already a great blessing. If my choice can bring Jiang Li back...
Jialiang...
After cheating death for so long, it's... Traveler, Dr. Baiju...
Of course.
Thank you, everyone. And I'm sorry that...
Jialiang...
I am sure that over the years, Jiang Li will have tried all the conventional methods known to humankind. As for less conventional methods, I have little expertise besides...
Mortals are fated to grow old and pass on when their natural lifespan runs out. If it were so easy to combat the natural processes of aging and death, Zhongli,
What a crazy situation. Jiang Li risked it all to save Jia Liang's life. And now, Jia Liang has to sacrifice himself to save Jiang Li.
I've seen many final farewells in my time, but I can.
in the human realm, all things must come to an end. Is it not a fit? At least, that's what generations of masters before.
The path they chose was indeed a heroic one. But when I think of those who would willingly sacrifice, I cannot help but think that theirs are the lives least deserving of death.
When all this began, we agreed that once Ayu was old enough to help you gather herbs, he'll... If you could only see him now. He took me... So... I've said my goodbyes. My time has come.
As you wish.
It will eat away at both your cognition and your memories. In the end, you'll become little more than a
I'll take it. At the very least, it will allow me to...
Mom, something's really wrong with Dad. Don't fret, Ayu. I will gather some medicinal...
Why would these memories come to mind now? The longer we live... Oh, how I would love to hear...
I keep watch. You leave, you call me.
They're not here. Let's keep looking.
Well, will you look at that, ma'am? Don't worry, we're not bad guys. You give us some mora, we give you a little info. Everybody...
Boss, I got a bad feeling about this. Look at her, the white hair, the energy she gives off. I'm telling you, there's something different about her.
So what? She's loaded. How are we ever going to repay those gambling debts if we just let money walk away from us, huh?
I've already told you. I don't need your information. If you still can't grasp that, I'm happy to repeat it in a way that won't be so easy to...
Come on, ma'am. You seem like an intelligent lady. I shouldn't have to spell this out to you. It's not about whether you need the info or not, okay? It's about you taking out your money and handing it over.
I won't...
No more excuses! Yeah, I saw you. Strolling into Leo Lee Pavilion, then Shinyu at kiosk, then Wanmin restaurant. Same story each time. You order all the signature dishes, take... How could you afford to be so wasteful if you weren't from a rich family? And since you're so rich, what's the loss to you in giving us...
Master warned me not to lay a hand on anyone in Liyue Harbor. But here we are. Perhaps... yes. Let's call it fate.
Boss, I'm telling you, something's not right.
What are you afraid of? We're just selling information. It's not illegal. If she lays a finger on us, all the better. We'll sue her for everything she's worth.
Oh, you again.
Millilith? What are the Millilith doing here? Did you do this? You ought to mind your own...
Silence! How dare you threaten innocent civilians?
No, don't be angry, sir. Please, let me explain.
Shenhe.
Shenhe?
My name.
Oh, so your name's Shenhe. Paimon's name is, well, Paimon. And this is Paimon's travel...
Oh, I've heard about you two before. Thank you for helping to defuse the situation. I could have dealt with it myself, though. I suspect smashing his head against the ground a handful of times is all it would have taken to get him to surrender.
You can't do that. That's way too right. This is Liyue Harbor. There are laws against...
Laws? No. Apparently not.
Really? So...
That would be my stomach growling. I haven't eaten enough.
She's so honest. Wait, that's right. They said you went around all the restaurants ordering this and that, and then of course you're still hungry. So, anything...
Chingson, glaze lily, violet grass. These are my usuals. Medicinal...
Kinda hard to explain. Anyway, Booba Pharmacy's not far away. Let's take Shenhe. After all, you can't work on an empty Psst. Do you think Shenhe might be an Adeptus? It seems like it's her first time in Liyue Harbor, and she doesn't seem to get how things work here. If she is an Adeptus, that would explain everything.
Are you here to buy some herbs? I do hope you brought your prescription.
Chingson, glaze lily, and violet grass, please. Half a pound of each.
What kind of prescription is this? Sounds more like a lunch order. Oh, here you go. That's everything we have.
Thank you.
She's really...
My hunger has now abated. Thank you. Rather awful, though they were not completely devoid of sweet fragrance after consuming a large quantity of them.
So, how can you chow down on these and barely touch... If Paimon had enough Mora, Paimon would go to the fan...
Because I'm not sure whether I will remain here in the future. The food of the mortal realm is most delicious, but should I return to the mountains, yearning for the food here shall only pose an obstacle to my continued spirit. Sampling each dish in order to appreciate its taste is enough.
Return to the mountains. That
Enough about me. What are your plans from here?
Oh, right! Paimon almost forgot! We came out to take part in the rebuild and now we're probably super behind because we've been held up for so long.
I see. I heard something about the contest when I was passing by.
Yep! You get to ask Ningguang any question. Were you interested in the contest?
I came for the rebuilding of the Jade Chamber, but until this point I had no intention of joining a However, you have shown me your kindness, and I would now like to lend you my assistance. Oh, don't worry.
Wow! You really don't have to, but having an Adeptus help out will make things a whole lot easier, so...
Then let's not delay. I have a plan.
Great! Paimon bets this is gonna be the
I am not sure whether or to what extent this plan can be classified as awesome. I do, however, believe it will be highly effective. We simply need to dispose of everyone who is currently ahead of us. Then, we alone—
Veto! That is not acceptable!
Really? But I hear that competition is in essence about conflict and one—
Look, we want to win this competition. Sunset Vermilionite, Wonder Cores, and Adepti Sigils.
I was wondering who I could hear arguing over there. So, it's you.
Baiju? What are you doing out?
Lady Ningguang wishes to purchase a large batch of wound dressing. We're running low at the store, so I came—
Huh? How come Lady Ningguang needs so much wound dressing all of a sudden?
I'm not too sure. I did hear she's looking to rebuild the Jade Chamber. Maybe for its first aid on site? I didn't ask, though. Far be it from me to pry into my Oh, and she also borrowed Chi-Chi. Meaning Boo Boo Pharmacy is very short-handed right now. I don't suppose any of—
No, we've got other stuff to do. While you're here, though, you seem to know a lot. Have you ever heard—
Ah, the variety of plostrite used in the Jade Chamber, yes? There is some mention of it in the Seven Mountain Treatises. When activated, Sunset Vermilionite rises. As far as the records show, virtually all Sunset Vermilionite in existence has been mined and taken possession of. But the Feiyun Commerce Guild would know far more.
Okay, then. Let's go ask at the— Thanks, Baiju.
You're quite welcome. Good luck to you all. And if there's anything further you need—
Master Xingqiu, thank goodness you're finally back.
Oh? Why do I detect an urgency in your—
The guild has had a whole string of strange orders in recently. Your father gave me specific instructions to ask you to stay and help out if I have—
I see. Have someone sort the orders by type for now. I'll deal with them myself.
Oh, how wonderful. Thank you, Master. With you on the job, I can breathe a sigh of—
Hey, Xingqiu! Glad you're here. We want to ask you for some information.
Traveler, Paimon, Shu, I need to entertain some guests. Please continue with your work for the time being, and we'll discuss the matter of the guild's orders in more detail later.
Understood, Master Xingqiu. Then I will leave you in peace.
I wasn't counting on finding you here today. What's going on? And how, pray tell, may I be of—
Xingqiu, have you ever heard—
Oh, I see. So you've entered Lady Ningguang's contest as well.
As well?
The truth is, the Feiyun Commerce Guild is in possession of some Sunset We are holding it on behalf of someone who has asked us to put it up for auction. And a lot of interested parties have already come to us inquiring. At the end of the day, it all comes down to supply and demand. In this case, I'm guessing the final transaction—
500 million?!
Honestly, I would recommend that you don't bother bidding on this one. The price is greatly inflated, and it's—
But without any Sunset
Don't panic. I don't suppose you ever heard of Sea Gazer?
Who?
Sea Gazer was once very close to Mountain Shaper, But if I am not mistaken, he has already passed away.
Yes, precisely. I didn't know anyone else knew about him. According to records of drifting clouds, Seagazer once built an abode to store his rarest and most exquisite treasures. After Seagazer passed, the abode was abandoned, and its location... Luckily, I came into possession of a stack of folk history books just recently. They make some oblique references to this lost abode, and after cross-referencing them against each other, I'm now fairly certain that it is situated in the Lisha area.
That's great! But is it really okay for us to just go and take his... Wouldn't it be a little, disrespectful? With him being an Adeptus?
You needn't worry. As far as I understand, Seagazer was very open-minded. Even while he was alive, he wouldn't have let something like this bother him.
Open-minded? I have not heard of Seagazer being described in this way before. May I ask where
Just a rumor I heard out in the mountains. All right then, let's go.
There's something about this young lady that reminds me of a good friend of mine. Oh, I almost forgot. Adepti abodes tend to have very ingenious designs, especially when it comes to their defense mechanisms. Plus, it's likely to be crawling with monsters after being abandoned for so long.
Okay, we will be. Let's see. Xingqiu said it should be around here, but Paimon doesn't see anything.
This place was hidden using a special Adepti art. But now that I have removed...
Wow, that's amazing! Yep, let's take another look around. Hey, look! Is that a new Sealy over there? The Sealy got to here and then disappeared. Should we go over and take a look? What? Weren't we at a waterfall just now? How did we suddenly end up here? Oh, so many clouds.
I believe this is the abode of that Adeptus. With any luck, the Sunset Vermilionite will...
Really? Let Paimon see! Huh? Isn't that the Sealy? Look, snuck beneath the cloud. And now that Paimon takes a closer look, the rocks and trees here don't seem complete. Oh, could there be something below the cloud?
These are not real clouds. They are the product of an adept. If we want to go down, we must first destroy the mechanism that is maintaining the...
All right, then let's do it.
I sense the presence of monsters in this place. I don't know where they are hiding, so we'd better be careful. Mind be purged, world be saved. Obey!
Orders given. Orders received.
Odds revealed by... Let's play!
Go.
Obey! Let's play! Time for takeoff.
As you wish, mein Fräulein.
Rise. Opening box of Adepti tricks.
Odds reveal thyself. Midnight Phantasmagoria. Do your master's bidding. Oh!
The core of the mechanism is exposed. Now's our chance. It looks like we need to go further down. But before that, let's destroy the...
Yahoo! Think you can get away? Stand support Shadow Raven! Let night fall!
Can't breathe.
Vision Preserver.
Wings of darkness! Come, sever night from day!
Rise. Wow. Faster.
By royal decree! Time for takeoff. Brace yourself.
Faster. Okay, faster. Wheel of Life.
Oz, reveal thyself! Midnight Phantasmagoria!
By ordinance divine.
Let's play!
Go. Orders given. Orders received.
By royal decree! Brace yourself!
Manifest!
We're gonna fall! This time, we're really gonna fall! Ah! So high! Luckily, there was a pool of water at the bottom. Otherwise, that could have ended very differently. Hey! That Sealy's on the move again! Let's catch up with it! Something looks different about this stone wall. Let's take a closer look.
In your dreams. Obey!
Let's play!
Think you can get away?
Shadow Raven, let night fall!
Life goes on.
Feel thyself!
Do your master's bidding! Yahoo! Time for takeoff! Opening box of Adeptitrix. I didn't feel that.
Unleash! Manifest!
I kill you!
Wow. Oh, don't want to be sealed back up. Take me back. How rude! Let me sleep a while.
Phantasmagoria.
One shall descend once again. Lupical, my Lupical.
Obey! You will regret this! Manifest!
Shenhe?
We set foot in that abode. I'm just a little fatigued.
Well, Byron said that there are some makeshift hotels we can use, right?
No need. I simply need to find myself a secluded place in the wilderness to sit and meditate in silence.
You can't do that. It's dangerous out in the wild. And when you're hungry, you go eat something tasty. And when you're tired, you go lie down in a nice, comfy bed. All right?
Okay. If
Great! Now we're talking. Let's head to...
Hi there! Checking in, are we? You're just in time. Since this was a constant stream of people in this...
Wait!
One of your rooms is still being cleaned. I guess it should be ready within the hour. The other room is just at the door. Here are your keys. All right. Hope you...
Shenhe, you should go get some rest. We'll hang around outside until the other... Paimon's gonna go see if there's anything good to eat around here. Paimon couldn't help but notice one of the guests walk in with a huge... Let's buy one for Shenhe, too. She can have it as a midnight snack. Or...
all right. I will head to my room for now. If you need anything, don't hesitate to disturb me. I'm a light sleeper. I will hear if you knock on the door.
Hey! Isn't that Cloud Retainer? What's she doing? Let's go and say hi.
One trusts you have met Shenhe. So, are you getting along quite well?
So far, so good. Yeah. So...
Naturally. Save for Ganyu, who spends the majority of her time in Liyue Harbor. All the Adepti living today are acquainted with Shenhe.
Cool! So, what's her Adeptus? Calling her Shenhe feels kind of friendly, but also kind of disrespectful.
Wait!
Mr. Crossell. But if you knew of Smaragdus Jadeite's dangerous...
Huh? No.
Smaragdus Jadeite?
You do understand, Mr. Crossell, that this means that you will have to pay Mr. Chow 10... Mr. Crossell, your answer, please.
Yep, he's seriously intimidating right now. It's like she's a different person.
I admit it. I confess. The ore I had inlaid on those hairpins was... But I'm a victim in all of this, too. I invested a great deal of time and money into acquiring that small amount of Smaragdus jadeite, in the hopes of turning it into... But after receiving it and carrying it around for a few days, I started to feel extreme discomfort. I couldn't sleep a wink or eat a single bite. I went to Boo Boo Pharmacy to get myself checked out, only to discover that this sort of stone cannot be worn as jewelry. But how could I let all that money... That's why I had another pair of hairpins made from Smaragdus nephrite, which is almost indistinguishable from Smaragdus. I kept the real Smaragdus jadeite in a specially made box. I was worried that someone would see through it, which is why I only dared to rent them out, not sell them. And then to top it all off, Jiqiao lost the hairpins after I rented them out to her.
Exactly! If they weren't the real deal...
I didn't want to either, but when I purchased that Smaragdus jadeite, some of my business partners found out. I knew they'd be watching closely to see how much I could make. If word got out that I sold a pair of fake hairpins, then...
All right, let's cut the appeals phase right there. I failed to see what bearing any of this has on your transaction with my client. According to the contract...
10 times?
Crossell looks like he could faint any second.
As for me, according to my contract with Mr. Chow,
20%? That's as much as I spent on that Smaragdus...
There's no need. It's fine. You don't have to pay me that much more. Even if the Smaragdus jadeite on those hairpins was fake, I still bear responsibility for losing them.
Ms. Jiqiao...
However, Mr. Crossell, since you have no use for that chunk of Smaragdus jadeite, why don't you get...
What? But all right, then. This cursed...
Miss Yunfei, I'll turn the Smaragdus jadeite over to you. I trust...
Well, that's not quite how the rules say this should go. But whatever. It'll do.
Thanks so much for your help this time, Miss Yunfei. When you have the time, I'll be sure to visit and express my thanks more...
Oh, come on. No need to stand on ceremony. Now, if I may confirm this again, Mr. Chow, have you and Miss...
Well
then, that's good. Mr. Crossell, it seems that my client has no further claims against you.
Is that so? That's good. That's good.
Actually, Mr. Crossell, I'd like to talk business for a sec. I could see from the hairpins you produce that you're very skilled in jewelry design. My family, on the other hand, works in the... If we could join forces, your jewelry designs and our choice ores, I think...
let me think for a moment.
Well, that's that. And we've got the Smaragdus jadeite that Granny wants too. All's well that ends well, eh?
Exactly. Usually when someone tells us they've lost something, we end up searching all over the place for it. But this time, even though the solution didn't involve actually finding...
The right soul's the more efficient solution. An Adeptus. Speaking of, you took part in that battle, didn't you? In which case, you would have heard what Granny said. Liyue Harbor is now a city ruled by humans. The title of Adeptus means precious little to me compared to my job as a legal advisor. In any case, don't you think that the Liyue Harbor of today needs legal consultancy far...
Paimon can think of someone who would definitely disagree with your reasoning.
Well, since we got what we came for, it's time to pay Granny a visit. I bet...
returned. How did it go? Good, good. Then we have all...
Well, if we're all set, Granny, I'll get going now. Got a ton of clients.
Oh, you. All right, then. Go see...
I'm off then. Bye! Oh, yes, Traveler. Make sure you don't lose the business card I gave you. I've been looking into the laws of other nations as well. If you should ever bump into any trouble with the law, come find me directly. Regulars get discounts.
Come now, child. Are you leaving or are you not? If you have no wish to leave, perhaps you'd like to help me clean my...
I'm leaving! I'm leaving!
That child. Goodness knows where she learned to be so rambunctious. Her father was hardly so riotous or fond of talking nonsense back in the day when he stood beside Rex Lapis. Indeed she is. Yanfei might be overly garrulous, but she is also the most intimately acquainted with the city of... Liyue is not the same place I once knew. All right, then. Let us speak of this no...
Oh, Paimon's so excited! How is it made?
It is but a single teapot. It shan't... There we go. And hold it firmly. If you were to drop it, oh goodness, who knows what might... Take these blueprints with you as well. You'll need them if you wish to make your teapot a little...
Wait a minute, Granny! How exactly are we...
Oh, you needn't worry about that. I've already arranged for a certain little helper to...
Wow! This teapot seems even bigger inside than Madame Ping's! There's even a great big house in the middle too. But there's just a whole load of nothing around it. Paimon can't do that! Well, you're the one with the sword anyway! Still, why is it so empty here apart from... Oh, wait a second. What?
Well, it seems that we have a visitor.
It's a huge finch!
Excuse me, I am not a finch. Hang on a moment. What? Oh, call me. I suppose you may call me Tubby.
So you're the little helper!
Madam Ping? Oh, you must mean Ping. Yes, she did summon me here. You may leave all matters regarding the Your journey may be far from over. But at least this way, you will not want for a comfortable place to sleep each night. Though it is the Adepti who create realms such as this, they generally do not have the time of day to attend to the banal matter of their... Thus, we teapot spirits were created to help guard their realms, and you may consider me a butler. If now, allow me to explain... Have you any blueprints on you? Specifically, as long as you have a blueprint, you can refashion this realm how...
Blueprints? Oh...
Yes, these are the blueprints. Just commit the image of the objects to memory and then simply release the thought from your mind and the object in the blueprint.
Wow! Is that all it takes? Then we could build a whole city inside.
I doubt it. A golden-eyed adeptus explained this to me at some point and he said, that even though subspace creation is a product of adeptal this world is not a true one after all. It provides merely a moment of brief respite from the mortal realm.
A golden-eyed adeptus? Paimon wonders who can—
I hardly remember myself. What's more, I have never seen that adeptus. Well, let's not dwell on that. If there's anything you would like to—
One, two, breathe. 3, 4, and
go.
Traveler! Anything interesting you want to talk about? Do you think that Chi-Chi needs to, then, will she transform during a full moon? Huh. As expected of a traveler. So, what special things can that makes a lot of sense. So the ones that do exercises are zombies. Got it!
Let's go somewhere cooler. One, two, breathe. 3, 4, and